Hi, and welcome to this week's Spiritual Journey Field Notes. I'm Amanda, and every week we're going to be exploring an important concept that's part of your spiritual journey together. And I'll be giving you some practical healing energy tools to help you further embody that principle in your everyday life. If you haven't yet, be sure to like, share, or subscribe to this video so you can get more content like this on a weekly basis. Let's get started. So I'm wondering if, like me, you've ever felt an itch to get out of your current state. Discontent with the things that you see around you. Maybe you've been working really hard on law of attraction concepts and trying to manifest your best life, but you're feeling a little bit unsettled by your current world that you still see around you. If that sounds like you, then this video is perfect for you, because today we're exploring the topic of contentment. It's very common and also a good thing for us to want to improve our life, right? We see something that is in our life that feels out of alignment for us and we want to improve it. That's fantastic. That's a good thing. But when does that desire to improve move into discontent, to where we're no longer happy living our day-to-day? And if you know anything about the law of attraction, you know that what you focus on grows. So if your focus on a day-to-day basis is discontent with what you see around you, you know inside that's only going to breed more discontent and make that manifest into your reality more often. And so there's techniques and tools that you can use to help move you out of that discontent back into contentment, so you can be happy with your life where it is at now, knowing that it's moving slowly in the direction of where you want it to go. Now, I do want to clarify one thing, and that is that contentment is not the same as complacency. In our society, it can often be perceived to us that if we're content, we must be complacent. Complacency is sort of an apathy towards the way that your life is, and a lack of a desire to improve it in any way. Contentment is the ability to view your life as it is, in full and loving acceptance of it, even if you would like it to be different. So there's a huge difference there, and we don't want to confuse the two. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being completely content. It doesn't mean that you're being complacent. It doesn't mean that you don't want to see improvement in your life. It just means that you understand that things take time, change takes time, and you are willing to love every moment of your life up until that moment. Especially when you realize that you only have the now, that can be a very powerful motivator to move quickly into contentment. The second thing that I want to mention about the importance of contentment is that contentment really is a powerful okay to the universe. A powerful okay, what do I mean by that? It means that you're sending out the vibration of acceptance, and that you understand that what you're seeing in your reality around you is not what you are wanting, but that you trust and believe that a better future is a possibility for you. And when you give that okay to the universe, it can bring forth what you're desiring so much faster. Whereas if you're sitting in discontent, you're going to put a pause on those good things coming to you. I'll give you an example. A real life example. This probably happens to you at least every day, and that is of traffic. So you're sitting in traffic and you're late to work. This traffic is absolutely not what you want. This is not what you're wanting to be manifesting right now. You want to be in a smooth, moving flow towards your workplace. However, here you are, right? So now if we move into acceptance of our current state, and it's non-alignment with what we're looking to manifest, we can actually have a pleasant drive through traffic. You can decide to take this moment and finally turn on that audiobook you've been meaning to listen to, or turn up the music and sing your way through that traffic. You could, of course, choose to hold tight to the steering wheel and gripe at every single driver that doesn't do exactly what you want them to do on your way there. But I'll say that your 20 minutes or more spent in traffic in that kind of mindset is going to be a lot more frustrating. It's going to put you in a bad mood. You're probably going to have a worse day at work and be perceiving everyone's interactions with you from then on from a negative perspective. Whereas if you have this contentment and this calm acceptance of this traffic that you're in, and understanding and trusting that it'll open up, it'll free up, I'll be to work on time exactly when I need to be, and then you can move into this space of being present, being content with the present moment, no matter what's happening. And you'll arrive at work having gotten to finally listen to your audiobook, having sung your favorite song the whole way, be in a better mood. Your interactions with everyone else from that moment on will feel a lot more positive, and you'll just overall have a better experience. So you really have a choice here, and you want to actively make that choice to move into contentment. So let's dive into this week's toolkit to see how you can do just that. So the first tool that I want to give you, of course, as always, is meditation. Meditation is a great way for you to move into contentment. Now the meditation, and I will link to it here in the video, this week, in relation to contentment, is a grounding meditation. Now the reason that I've chosen a grounding meditation is because a grounding meditation really takes you here into this moment right now, connects you strongly to the earth, therefore helping you feel really in alignment with your being at this very moment. The earth's energy is also very healing, and we can use that energy to enter us, take our worries and our discontent back down into the earth to be healed, and return back up to us this loving sense that everything is well. So the grounding meditation is best practice outdoors. If you can get into nature, that's awesome. So maybe you want to listen to it on your lunch break. Maybe you want to listen to it before the day begins. Maybe you want to listen to it after you get home. Sit on your back patio. Just be out there smelling the fresh air. If you want to sit on the ground, you can. That would be fantastic. It is best practice outdoors, and really just connecting with nature just in general is going to be very grounding for you. So check out this meditation, see if it helps move you out of discontent whenever you find yourself in that place. The second tool that I want to talk to you about today is, as always, a writing exercise. Writing is so healing, and this week's writing exercise relating to contentment is a gratitude exercise. Now, you've probably heard of this before, that you should always be thankful for what you have. But this writing practice of actually writing down what you're grateful for is an excellent and fast way to move out of discontent. So the next time that you feel like you can't stand another minute of where you are at physically in this reality, let's say you're wanting to manifest a new relationship, and you see somebody in a loving relationship, and that really kind of bothers you that it's them and not you. I would like for you to have nearby in your purse, and like I carry this notebook with me, have a little notebook, and as soon as you feel that, you're going to pause, take out your notebook, and you're going to write down at least 5 things that you are grateful for in this moment right here and now. Now, when you're really in that moment of discontent, it can be hard to find something that you're grateful for. So I want to encourage you to start with the most basic things, like I'm alive right now. I have the means to own a paper and a pen. I'm breathing. My legs work. I can feel the sun on my shoulders. Whatever it is, whatever littlest thing that you have that you've taken for granted, I want you to be grateful for in this moment. Now, I've said minimum 5, but I really encourage you to go for as long as you can, because you might find that you start to be grateful for a lot of where your life is right now, and understand that you're laying the foundation of a healthy being to then bring in and manifest forward that partner that you're looking for in this example. So having this little notebook in your bag or somewhere nearby at your desk. If you're not really a paper person, this could even be a Google Doc that you constantly keep online, ready to go, so you can hop on. If you're getting frustrated at your work computer, open up your little Google Doc, start adding some things. Take a few breaths before you do it, write them, take a few breaths after, and then go back to the task at hand. But the gratitude list is really going to help you move out of discontent back into this feeling of being grateful for what you have right now, which is going to help you attract more of that. The third tool that I want to give you is a crystal. Now this week I've chosen 2 crystals actually. One is smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is a great crystal for grounding. This particular variety of quartz is really going to take you into this here and now moment and give you a clear understanding of where your life is right now. Darker crystals like smoky quartz are very grounding crystals. They connect to the earth energy, which brings me to my next crystal, which is jasper. There's a ton of different varieties of jasper. I personally own a piece of zebra jasper, which I think is really pretty. It's brown in tone, again like the smoky quartz. But really there's so many different types of jasper. Because jasper is just this very earthy stone, when you see it, you just feel like it's just come right out of the earth and it's speaking to you. They're usually very colorful, very just very connected to nature and connected to Mother Earth, which would be a fantastic crystal to hold while you are doing my grounding meditation, which is also going to be connecting you to Mother Earth. But really any variety of a darker crystal can be very grounding, although I would warn that the very, very dark crystals, the black ones like black tourmaline, or any kind of crystal like that, might be a little too powerful for this particular practice. So I would say to keep it a little bit lighter with the jasper or smoky quartz to start with. And the last tool that I'm going to provide with you, as always, is a reflection on the tarot. If you're not familiar with the tarot is an amazing tool for healing that has a variety of archetypes in the imagery of the cards that can be helpful to meditate on, reflect on, write about, really just trying to understand the human soul journey. Now the cards, and again, I usually choose one, but today I chose 2 that I felt like reflected the idea of contentment the best, are Queen of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. Now the reason why I chose the 4 of Cups is because I feel like this card represents what discontent looks like. So you have here a figure sitting on the ground, looking somewhat dejected by these 3 cups that are before them. And they're so focused on these 3 cups that aren't what they want, they don't see that spirit and source is actually handing them the cup that they do want right there, but they can't see it because they are so focused on what's not working. And so I chose this card to really help you understand what discontent looks like versus contentment. I also like that this figure is sitting on the ground by a tree, because that can serve as a reminder to you of how to move out of that, right? To get closer to nature, to ground yourself, and then turn your attention away from what you don't want and take a look at that beautiful opportunity to be fulfilled in the here and now. Now, the card of the Queen of Pentacles is a beautiful card. The Pentacle suit is all about the real, tangible, what you can see, touch, and feel. And the queens and the kings of each suit really have mastery over that element, in this case, the element of earth. Now, the reason I specifically chose the queen and not the king is because the queen represents the divine feminine, and that is the yin principle of acceptance and receiving. So the Queen of Pentacles, in her beautiful throne, understands that things take time to grow. She understands that when you plant a seed, you don't then the next day demand that that seed have turned into an oak tree and be upset at it because it hasn't, but that you nurture it, you guide it through that process, all the while being present, being loving, being nurturing towards each state that that growth is going through. So it's not about moving as quickly as you can from seed to tree. It's about enjoying each moment and step along the way. It reminds me of something one of my favorite philosophers, Alan Watts, said, and that was that if the point of a symphony was to get to the end of it, then the best ones would be the fastest. But that isn't the point of a symphony. The point of the symphony is to experience every moment of the music and enjoy the entire ride to the end, and feeling that culminating energy of an amazing experience, an amazing ride that was. So don't forget that when you're seeking contentment, what you're really doing is trying to embody the Queen of Pentacles, who knows and understands that every moment along that seed's journey is valuable, is beautiful, and is worth paying attention to, nurturing, and giving it as much love as possible. So that wraps up this week's Spiritual Journey Field Notes and Practical Healing Tools. I recommend that you all go outside and get grounded. Remember that the present moment is the only moment you have, and to make it as loving and enjoyable as possible. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because each week I'm going to be bringing you another concept that we can explore together with some tools along the way. Thanks again, and remember to change the world with your joy. Take care.